guys, Paul Glasgow here, of course, with Legally Armed America. We are here at SHOT Show 2019. We're lucky enough to be able to be shooting this live stream this year at the ATI booth. Cool thing is these guys have a massive booth over here. If you're at SHOT Show 2019, you definitely want to swing by here. But I'm with Leah. She's with ATI, and she's got a bunch of really cool products. As luck would have it, we're streaming from here, but they got a lot of cool stuff to talk about. So, Leah, tell me about some of the things. I know the GSG 16, which is what you're holding right now.
Yes.
That's something kind of cool that you guys have kind of modified and improved a little bit on an older product that you guys have.
Yes, so this is the third generation of the GSG 5. It is a 22 long rifle, AR-15. It's one of my favorite guns to shoot, but this is the only one that's available in the United States right now, but we have some in customs. And then
the only gun.
The only one.
All right.
So it's a treasured piece here.
Right.
But we have, these will be available to the public by the end of March, so they're on the way here. Now, we've done some updates to this. We have changed out the charging handle is now something that you can set up ambidextrously, so you can do it as a right-hand shooter or a left-hand shooter.
Okay.
It does have the faux suppressor, which makes it compliant as an imported gun. We've updated, we have Picatinny rails all the way around the gun, even if you want to have, I guess, a backwards flashlight, you can add that to it. It comes with a 10-round magazine, and we have the magazine storage in this stock. This stock is really interesting. It does have the retractable feature, so it's not only adjustable for the shooter, but it also retracts all the way for a clean storage.
That whole PDW type stock is really popular right now. That's a nice addition to this.
Yeah, this was a good update for us. We changed, I believe, the grip had some stippling in the past where it has a smoother feel now, so it's very comfortable. It does come with the 10-round one magazine. We are running a deal that you can look at on our website where you'll be able to get a second magazine for free, I believe, for the first 100 people that order.
Okay, nice.
It will have a 24-round or 22-round magazine available, and then it will also work with the 110-round drum mags that we have done in the past. The GSG 5 magazines will work with this, or any of the ones in the past, but we are also doing some new ones, the GSG 16 specific.
Okay.
That will work well.
You mentioned the Picatinny rail, but I see it also comes with a set of iron sights also.
Yes, it does have the iron sights here. See if I can show it well on the camera.
I mean, those look kind of protected too. I know a lot of people are really worried about their sights getting bumped, knocked off in case they get set where they want to be. I like the ring in the back and the protective post in the front. That's a nice touch. I mean, again, if you could clearly put any kind of optics on here, but it's going to be nice to have that backup set of sights if you want them. And like you said, the Picatinny rail, I mean, I could see laser, definitely a weapons light going on this thing. Now you've got one, on the bottom too, so you can put a vertical grip on here if you wanted to.
Yeah, I mean, it's available. You can deck it out in every way that you want. And we've seen that already when we've taken it to the shows that the customers are very excited about. They already have ideas of things they can add to this gun. Now, when we took it to a shoot in Florida, it ran all day, no problems. We had a line for running this gun, and I thought I took enough 22 ammunition that we would, last for days. And we were the only ones that ran out at the shoot of 22 ammunition because of this gun.
Well, I helped do that. I actually spent some ammo when I was there.
Did you?
So,
Good. And we find that this one is fun because it is a 22 LR, so there are kids and women and people that don't want to shoot the higher calibers and have that sore shoulder after the end of the day.
That's right.
We were very popular because of the lower caliber, and it's fun to shoot. And then when you own it and you're using your own ammunition, it's pennies as compared to dollars.
Absolutely. Now, one cool thing that I noticed that you guys were doing with this thing, where was it? The 110 round magazine.
Yes.
We kind of glossed over that, but that's always a big draw for people. I mean, it's got wow factor to it. I don't know, most people aren't going to use a high drum for practicality or something like that for home defense, but when you go to the range, you always want to bring that. And like you said, the lower cost of 22 ammunition makes that 110 round magazine a little bit more doable.
Yeah, it's definitely more affordable, and I mean, it's just fun to have that drum magazine.
Well, and it's, again, the cool factor, the wow factor that it has by doing that. I mean, you take this thing to the range, it's going to catch people's eye. And guys, you throw a 110 round drum on top of that thing. I mean, you're the cool kid if you got one of these.
Yeah, I will say when we're doing our videos and all, this is everyone's favorite to get to do the videos with, because they get to unload the whole drum round and just enjoy that of just constant shooting and not having to stop to reload.
That's why you ran out of ammo
in
Florida. That's exactly why.
Kept them off.
That's right. Let's talk about here. I'll grab this from you. Let's talk about your translucent upper and lower real quick.
Yes. So this is very new. This is actually still in the prototype mode. We're in testing. We're at over 500 rounds through with no problems at all. But we do want to test it further because it is the clear translucent. So you have to be careful with your content. We want to make sure that it's safe with the the density of the glass versus the other materials that are involved with this molding. So we'll have the clear upper and lower available. We're hoping in the next 2 months, based on the success of this one. We are planning to do not only this shade, which is more of a a yellowy tea stain is kind of what we're calling it, but we're planning to have a smoke version, which will be a gray and entirely clear. And then we'll probably go from there with your blues and some of your other colors. Someone made the joke yesterday that they're afraid people are going to put LED lights on this and make it glow. It wouldn't surprise me at all.
Yeah, good aftermarket idea right there.
Yeah. Now we did send these to Industry Day at the range with some of the tested guns, and they performed well. This is built out into a P4B, so this is an AR pistol version of this, and this is new for us as well. This is our new pistol brace. It's a blade. So
okay.
We have guns that are shipping with this on it, available on our website now. But we're planning to build it in this, and then we have a rifle in the booth, so we can maybe show that later.
Okay.
But we don't have an MSRP yet on this, but we expect it to not be much different than our current Omni brand.
Okay.
And we're very excited about making one full auto and getting some video where you can just see the entire function of the feeding and everything through the gun.
Now, production. I know this is still in the developmental stages. Production-wise, if everything goes right, you're testing and all that, when can somebody on the street be able to see one of these?
We are really hoping in the next 2 months.
Oh,
so we're
nice.
planning it for a spring delivery.
Okay,
yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah, and there's always there's some hiccups, and that's just purely with us making sure that it's safe. So we don't want to release anything that we're going to regret. But as soon as we've gone through all the torture testing, we're going to release those videos so everyone can see how well it performed, and then have it available.
And I think probably one question a lot of people usually tend to wonder when somebody comes out with something translucent like this is, well, how come everybody else has been doing it? And you briefly touched on it. The rigidity and the strength of it's not easy to make something clear that holds up. I mean, you can very easily do the glass-filled plastic and all that kind of stuff with the blacks and the full colors and all that. But for that translucent, it's a totally different ballgame. I mean, you've got, like you said, a big-time safety issue. There's a lot of explosions going on right here.
Yeah, and we want to be sure that is absolutely safe before we release it to the public. Now, like our other Omni upper and lower, it will be reinforced with metal, at your specific areas to ensure that it'll hold up over time.
And that's kind of a peace of mind thing too. When I see that, I know that the parts that need to be reinforced are reinforced by metal, because again, that plastic is not what. That's not where you're getting your strength. You're getting your strength from those metal, pieces inside. Now, speaking of safety and speaking of translucent, I think that the next thing you guys are putting out, that safety trigger, would be cool in here because you can actually demonstrate what you're doing with the trigger in this gun. And let's move on to your trigger now. We'll talk about that.
Okay, so this is a patent pending new trigger system. Now, I will say that all of our guns that are Omni right now are already coming with this trigger in it. It's just something that we have not marketed because we wanted to verify that the features that I'm about to show you, worked well. We have over 700,000, I believe, of these triggers out in production now in the nano composite. So people have been using this trigger and are probably not aware of the safety feature that I'm going to show you. So you're taught in the military or with any of your ARs, what you have to do is you have to dry fire, and then your hammer is forward, and then because of that you have to leave your gun in the fire position. So that's concerning because you have that window of when you load your weapon and then you have to put it in safe. You have that moment of a hot gun that's not in the safe position.
Yes.
So with our new trigger, you are able, once your hammer is forward, with the old mil-spec trigger, you can't put it in safe. It stops you. But our new trigger, you're able to keep the weapon in safe. So you never have to load a charged AR again with it not in the safe position.
Right.
So we really hope that this will help with accidental discharges. And there are people that will go to the trouble of keeping the machine cocked so that they can store it and save. But then you're putting that tension on your spring. So with this, you're able to put it in safe, and then you can still, when you're ready, you don't have to make any changes.
Yep. It's funny that you guys are doing something like this because that's been a pet peeve of mine for a very long time.
Yeah.
When we'll go out and film, yes, it's a controlled environment, but you never want to be put in that position where something can happen.
Yeah.
And I find myself all the time when I'll empty a magazine, just reaching up and automatically trying to put it on safe, and it's not going to go on safe.
Yeah.
This way, I'm actually going to be able to do it with my gun. I think that's a great feature.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've covered it, but what can somebody expect to pay for something like this?
Okay, so we will be offering these as replacement triggers for any gun direct on our website. The steel version, which is a mil-spec want to make sure I get the terminology. 50 Rockwell steel. I know that type of terminology is important. For the steel version, we're looking at $69.95.
Okay.
For the nano composite version, which is a lighter weight, a lot of the pieces are made out of your Teflon grade nano composite pieces. That is $39.95, and that comes with your full. Actually, I'll show it. It comes with your full trigger, your pistol grip, and everything. If you can see this well
all the
here.
parts you need.
Yeah, and we're offering here, which I'll show with your group, that if you would like to, you can use coupon code SHOT19, and you can then get 10% off of that item on our website. So you'll essentially get it for $29.95 instead of $39.95.
Very nice.
Yeah. And
so you may have covered this also. You mentioned how many of them that you have out there. Are these available now?
So the steel version is not. The steel version is still new for us. The nano composite is available now on our website, and it is already in all of our Omni guns that are shipping.
Okay.
So, or the ones that come with the nano composite trigger group. We do have a few of our Omni guns that come with the mil-spec trigger. But within the next 2 to 3 months, all of our guns will feature the safety trigger, so you will be able to maintain the safe position for all of our ARs going forward.
All of them?
All of them.
That's going to be actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
I mean, putting one in here, being able to show that, I think that's neat.
Yeah, and we do have I have one in a clear lower, and this is an older version of the clear lower, so it's not quite as clear. And we've been using these guns. We've been using our different generations of the clear to do testing features and to make sure that we can see some of the things that we like to.
Gotcha.
But so the trigger pull in this is going to be your typical mil spec though, so we're looking at around the the 5-pound range.
Okay.
But we are going to offer a competition grade steel version that will be your 3.5 or lower trigger pull there. In which I would assume obviously that will be a slightly higher cost, but not a great cost. This has been installed in the clear one, so you can see, this is in the safe position now. The hammer's forward, and then I can put it in fire. I've had it in. I need to copy it. I'm sorry. Here we go. Now it's ready that way, so you can see that it functions flawlessly.
Absolutely.
And this trigger is already in all of our nano composite guns. So we've had no problems. We haven't had a single trigger come back to us with a problem yet. But it does have a lifetime warranty. So even if someone does have an issue, they send it back to us, we'll replace it, and send it back on its way.
Now, are there patents involved with this, just out of curiosity?
Yes, this is a patent pending item. So the patent is not entirely through yet, but both the steel version and the nano composite are both patent pending. And these are exclusive to American Tactical. So you'll be able to buy these replacement triggers for all of your current guns on our website, as well as any of our ARs will be automatically, already use these. Now we have gone, or the other group that's invented this has gone to the insurance industry, and they expect for a lot of your dealers and other types of insurance that this will be able to reduce some of the liability charges on the insurance side. So that's an exciting thing.
I could see something like this being valuable at an indoor gun range or something like that. In other words, if you had demo guns that you wanted to loan out, just from the lowering or eliminating that liability that you're carrying at your range, I could see this being a big plus. I would want all of my demo guns at a range to have something like this.
Yeah.
But if nothing else, it's peace of mind. I mean, look, we go to gun ranges all the time, and we see people that don't have a whole lot of firearm experience.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, keeping your finger off the trigger is not as common as we would like to think it is.
Yeah, and a lot of people, that's their natural response. When I'm doing demos with the different gun ranges, usually when you're training someone, the first thing they want to do is just rest that finger on the trigger. And it's terrifying. You have to teach your trigger discipline, but it doesn't come naturally. It's definitely a muscle memory issue.
It really is, and I mean, you've got drop issues also. I mean, you're eliminating that drop issue as well. So I mean, I think it would be good, and it'd be a good practice to have everybody be able to throw it in safe mode whenever they want to. Also, like I said, whenever I get done shooting, I would much rather have a vehicle driving in my, a gun driving in my vehicle that doesn't have a hammer back. I think this is a great product, and I see a lot of use for it.
Yeah. I mean, I have small children, and so, obviously I keep my guns locked up and safe, but in the opportunity that they ever do come across, I would much rather all of my guns be in the safe position at all times, just, for obvious reasons. So,
absolutely. Well, you guys got a lot of cool stuff going on over here at ATI. And look, this isn't all the products. We just only have time to go over a couple of them. They got a ton of stuff over here. What is y'all's booth number over here, Leah?
We are 16538.
16538. If you get a chance, come by here. We've got tons of Legally on America patches and decals and things like that. We love to give to you guys. I want you guys to come check out some of the ATI stuff. A lot of cool stuff. Again, this is just 3 of their products. They've got tons of stuff in here that you guys want to take a look at. I know you've heard me talk about their 410 AR shotgun that they have. That's cool. I mean, I think box-fed shotguns are really taking off right now. So, I mean, you want to come check that out too. But a lot of stuff. And they got a massive booth over here. You want to come check them out. Lee with ATI, I appreciate you hanging out with us. We're going to be here for 2 days at their booth. Again, if you guys want to stop by and visit with us, we welcome you to. We're going to shut our live stream down for lunch, and at 1 o'clock we'll come back, and we have a full slate of guests from 1 o'clock until we'll probably wrap up about 4:15 or 4:30 today. So you want to come back this afternoon, guys, and tune in with us. As always, you can check these videos out once they've played live, but we definitely like you guys to interact with us. Ask your questions. Typically, we'll go back and try to get answers for your questions. If I can't answer them, I'll get with Leah on anything that you guys have seen here. We'll post in the description for the video. We'll post our website so you can actually go look at any of this stuff that we've talked about in a little bit more detail as well. So,
and how about the first 50 people that come to our booth and mention your show, we'll go ahead and throw in a free hat too.
Want a free hat? Come on by. Booth number again?
16538, and I have red, royal blue, and black hats, so want something for everyone.
You guys come out. We'll see you guys again in a little while. We'll be cranking it back up again. Thanks, Leah.
Thank you.